All right, today is just another one of those days where I didn't want to wash my hair. Thank goodness for spending money on handkerchiefs because they really hide it. Maybe. Hey friends, it's Tess, this is Wander Wealthy, and today, as part of the May #NoSpend challenge, I wanted to share a handful of things that I have personally stopped buying. They are small, everyday things that I just don't really spend money on, and I don't even consider purchasing anymore because to me they are deemed useless. So let's get right to it. I don't even know how many things I have on this list. I'm just gonna rattle through them, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. Are these things that you spend money on? What are some additional things that you don't spend money on? And let's keep it to smaller everyday things. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos on a weekly basis. All right, let's get into the list. Enough lollygagging. Let's see what we have here. Item number one that I do not spend money on, or not nearly as often as other people, is shocker, shampoo and conditioner. So my #NoPoo journey started, I would say, like 5 years ago. I found some article on a blog about a girl who didn't wash her hair or didn't shampoo her hair. And for someone like me who is all about time efficiency, I personally just hate the act of showering. If you're a girl and you have long hair to watch, which I used to have long hair, it takes forever. And then drying your hair takes even longer, and that kind of stuff just like isn't really in my zone of genius. Like, I don't want to spend any time on it. I don't want to be like a total grub and just have greasy hair all the time. There are days where I definitely have greasy hair, and I apologize. But to me, I've also learned that shampooing your hair and like really cleaning your head of the natural oils that exist there isn't always that great. And it's become more and more popular within the past 5 years that I found this no poo movement. And yeah, it's called no poo. I know it's kind of gross. But once I stumbled upon the fact that there were a lot of people out there that didn't wash their hair or spend a lot of money on hair product and whatnot, I was pretty hooked. So I started substituting shampoo and conditioner for baking soda and apple cider vinegar. I wasn't crazy about the smell that it left my hair with. It was definitely a great substitute, but not the perfect solution. So I did end up buying and investing in better quality hair product. However, I literally spend months going through one bottle of shampoo and one bottle of conditioner. And I think the average person probably replaces their shampoo and conditioner within 1 to 2 months. And I replace my shampoo and conditioner between 1 and 2 times a year. Going along in the health and beauty realm, I also don't spend money on dry shampoo. I actually have in the past, but for the most part, I've found a really great substitute to be cornstarch. And a lot of people use baby powder, but I personally don't have any reason to buy baby powder unless it is for buying baby powder to use as dry shampoo. So I was like one day just wondering what could I use that I already have in my house, and I feel like everyone has a huge thing of cornstarch in their home that they bought for one recipe and then never used the rest of. You could use cornstarch and just deal with the fact that it's not gonna leave the best scent in the world, but it's still way more affordable than dry shampoo, which literally runs out in like 2 uses. Okay, one last thing for the whole beauty and hair realm is that I don't spend money on excessive makeup. I love watching beauty gurus do makeup. I think it's so fascinating to see the before and after pictures and what you can do with makeup, and I think makeup is an awesome thing. I wear makeup. I'm not anti-makeup. I just, again, time efficiency and a little bit of laziness plays into the fact that I just don't spend a lot of time on my face, so I usually slap on my basics and then I go along with my day. Plus the fact that it's come out that there's a lot of bad chemicals in makeup, so you also have to be careful with that. For me, it's a time thing. I don't have time, and it's also really expensive to buy a lot of different kinds of makeup for all the different areas of your face that you're supposed to perfect, and I don't have the time or the willingness to spend large amounts of money on small pieces of makeup, so I just scratch it from my budget. All right, let's move right along to household things that I do not buy. One of which is paper towels, and also regs. So starting with paper towels, I dated someone once. Their excessive paper towel use made me cry on the inside for the planet. It was bad, and I just couldn't comprehend why they wouldn't use a reg or a towel that they already had in their house, or at least go buy some towels that you can continuously reuse and throw in the wash. To me, paper towels just make very little sense. I will probably have a roll in my kitchen, but for the most part, I'm always using dish towels, regs, washcloths, and so on and so forth. The other thing that I mentioned are regs. I am a huge fan of using kitchen towels that are just past their prime, or old t-shirts and other fabrics that you can just start using as regs instead of throwing them away. I don't even know where you go to buy regs. I feel like all regs start out as dish towels, don't they? I don't know. My mom would use like old pillowcases or sheets or t-shirts and turn them into regs. So that's where regs come from in my mind. If we're sticking with the home appliances or things that you use in your home, the other everyday item I do not purchase now that I'm living in Italy is fabric softener and dryer sheets. Because at least where I live, this isn't all over Italy, but like in our home, we do not have a dryer. And I personally love it. I love that they save the environment and energy costs by hanging their clothes to dry instead of drying them in a dryer. So we don't personally have a dryer, which means we don't have dryer sheets, and we don't use fabric softener. But when you do hang dry your clothes, your fabrics do get a little itchy, but after you wear them for like a couple hours, they get soft. And to me, using fabric softener, it's just not something I ever even think about. To wrap up the home goods, things that I do not buy, various different kitchen gadgets. I don't need a garlic press and a pizza maker and a waffle maker and a sandwich maker and all those other things. I am just not a fan of having things just in case. I really would much prefer to go out and buy something when I find that I'm actually in need of it, and I find that I am in the practice of making paninis every single day, where a panini maker would actually be handy. All right, let's move on to entertainment and electronic purchases. I'm talking about magazines, and I know that's more of a monthly subscription than like a daily, everyday expense, but it is small, and I just do not purchase magazines or get those subscriptions. I used to always dream of having a magazine subscription to like Teen Vogue, but nowadays I have so many books to read, and it's so easy to find the same stuff online that it way more simplifies my life not to be subscribed to literally everything out there. Along the lines of purchasing things for entertainment, I also play zero games on my phone, and I do this more for my own time management and sanity, but I do know that there are things like in-app purchases, and that is just something that boggles my mind. I hate paying for things, for apps, period. Like if it's not free, I'm not paying for it. And that is more of just a mindset thing for me, but it is a small thing that I do not buy. And lastly, with the entertainment is purchasing music or CDs, I guess albums by artists, or movies. I pay for a streaming service, but for me, I just don't see the value in purchasing individual songs or albums or purchasing movies and having ownership over them, because I don't get enough use out of a single song for me to see it as valuable. I am a much more passive music listener. I love to get new music every single week, and that's why I love using Spotify or any other streaming service of your choice. I have friends who buying music and buying albums are their jam, and good for them, but for me, it's just not something I spend money on. Okay, my final small item that I do not spend money on, and I could probably go on and on with this category, which is financial related, but this is one that is actually small and doable to avoid, and those are fees. Whether it's an ATM fee or it's a late fee when you need to make payments and you make them a little late and then you get charged another fee. I don't pay for these, and this is because I am proactive with my finances. I'm a true fan of automating your bill pay and other pieces of your financial life, and finding really awesome banks to work with. Banks that do not charge you ATM fees or reimburse you for ATM fees that you might incur are awesome in my book. I do not want to bank with an institution that charges me a fee in order to store my money with them or access my money, and that's why I choose the bank of my choice. I'll link it below if you are interested in finding a really awesome bank as well. And I use my bank as a tool to manage my finances, and that's why it's important for me to have a really awesome bank to work with. So if you want to see more videos on how I manage multiple savings accounts and organize my finances that way, or other videos that I will be coming out with in the future on how to automate your finances or use your bank account as a budgeting machine, then I will make sure to link them below as they come out or pop them up here, and you guys can check that out. But fees are just something that I don't mess with. So those are all of the things, these small things that are kind of everyday that I just don't spend money on. It's not a judgment on people who do spend money on these things. It just, personally, it hardly ever even crosses my mind. So I wanted to share those with you in case I shared some sort of inkling of idea or brilliancy that you can then go and use and apply to your daily life. And if it helps you with the no spend challenge, then I'm all the more happy. By the way, if you want to get into your own no spend challenge, maybe you missed ours in May, but you want to start your own, you can come join the Wealthy Wanderers private Facebook community and set your own up. This is a community of women out there supporting each other, setting goals together, and encouraging each other. So hop in there, post that you want to do a no spend challenge, and see who comes along for the ride, and you guys can do it together. Maybe even I'll join. Go to wanderwealthy.com/FB. You can join my email newsletter. Super fun place to be. I love writing, and so that's one place where I love to deliver content in that way. And you can jump into the Facebook community as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so you can be notified, otherwise you're gonna miss the future episodes. And like this video if you liked it, if you found it helpful. Comment below with your things that you don't spend money on, and until I see you next time, I hope you wander wealthy.